Good morning. This is Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works, and I am your Sunday blogger, Rosemary. Welcome. Okay, on to the question. Today's question is, we all have a breaking point. What was yours? Show your before photos and tell us a few positive changes that you have now. Okay, well, everyone has a breaking point, right? Everyone gets to the point where this is the reason I did this, right? My reasons, I had lots of breaking points, but my biggest breaking point, that made me do something about my body, was that I had fallen and it took 4 men to pick me up. I think a lot of you know my story, but for the ones that don't, I was a school teacher, and I weighed 487 pounds, and the reason I know this was because the school wanted to get some insurance, and we all had to tell them our weight, and we all had to get a physical. Well, at my doctor's office, they didn't have a way to weigh me. Their scale only went to a certain amount, and I surpassed that. So they sent me down to a, I think it was a door company, some freight company. And that's how I got weighed, and that's how I found out I was 487, and I was denied. I was denied insurance. Back then, the whole school was denied, not just because of me, but because a lot of us were overweight. Okay, jump start to why I decided to do something. I first started with the Atkins diet before I had gastric bypass, and because I was 487 pounds. And anyway, I was walking through the hallway of my school, and I'm going to show you a picture of me at that weight right here. And decided that, it was time to do something. When I fell, I was going through the hallway, and somehow I slipped and fell, and I thought it was going to be easy for me to get back up. I had fallen before, but I had never fallen at that weight. Because, I progressed. My weight got bigger and bigger and bigger. And I tried to get up, and I couldn't get up. My little first grade daughter, she was in the first grade, I remember, and she went back to her classroom to try and find somebody, and she couldn't find anybody. About that time, I had fallen in a way that was very embarrassing. I had fallen on my stomach, and I was... I know you guys have seen my documentary, but this is what I said in the documentary as well, because it's what happened. I fell on my stomach, and I fell out with my hands like this, and so I was like a ball. And no matter what I did, I could not get up. No matter how embarrassing that was, I had to stay on my stomach, and my hands were stretched out. I would try and pull them in, and I could see the kids. The kids weren't laughing at me. The kids, their faces, I can still feel them staring at me. They had this concerned look on their face for their teacher, for their person that they loved. And they couldn't help me. And they were all, trying to pick me up. And I kept telling them, okay, you guys need to stand back, baby, stand back. Someone's coming. And my daughter did find my husband finally. He was supposed to be picking me up that day because my car was messed up, and he couldn't pick me up. He came and he said, Rosemary, you're not helping me. And I'm like, I can't help you. I tried and tried and tried. And so then they found another person, and one person turned into 2 people, then 2 people turned into 3 people, and finally a 4th person picked me up. All 4 of them together picked me up. And I thought then, I was humiliated. There's no other word for it. I was humiliated. And I remember going home. I wasn't even crying. I was in shock. I was embarrassed. I didn't want to talk to my husband. I didn't know what to tell him. He didn't know what to tell me. My daughters didn't say a word. We drove home, and I was in silence. And that's when I said, Rosemary, either you do something, Because you ain't living, girlfriend. You're not living. You're only existing. You go to work, you go to church, you go home. Basically, that's all I did. Buy groceries. And there was someone in our church that had done the Atkins diet, and he told me about it, and I got on it, and I stuck to it. A few months later, my husband passed away. And then I said, I'm not turning back. I had already begun to lose weight. In the first 14 days, I lost 16 pounds. So I knew there was something to this no carb thing, but I didn't keep it off. You know, my story is too long to really talk about, but so that was my breaking point. You know, I wasn't living, I was just existing, and I was tired of it. And I prayed, and I asked God for a solution, to give me the strength. I prayed every day, and I still pray every day. I wake up and I say, give me the strength to do what I have to do to keep me healthy. That's the honest truth. Okay, tell us a few positive changes. Well, number one, I'm healthy. Number two, the new lifestyle that this has given me, that gastric bypass has given me, has changed my life completely. And it's changed up here more than it has anywhere else. You know, I stopped to think about what I put in my mouth now. I'm not perfect. I do have occasional this and that. You guys all know about my Cheetos. I have this thing that I put on the calendar once a month. I will write Cheetos or M&Ms, and I have to decide. And every once in a while, I'll do both. Get sicker than a dog, but I do it. And it's just my treat to me. And I don't go overboard and buy the big bag. You guys all know that already. I'm already at 7 minutes. But anyway, so I do treat myself once a month. But those are positive changes. Before, I had Cheetos every day. I had M&Ms every day. I had M&Ms in my drawer at work. So for me, those positive changes has gotten to me, has taken me here, where I'm at now. And there's still positive changes to be had. So you make your tool work for you. With that said, let's all work our tool to the best of our ability. You know why? Because we are proof that weight loss surgery works. Cheerleading here. Woo! It does. I love you guys, and I'll be back next Sunday. Bye for now.